All right, today we're going to be talking about the Tunguska event, also known as the Tunguska incident. Let's talk about it on the Paranormal Mind podcast. What's up, everybody? Y'all are still in my thunder. Y'all can go. God, I want to cuss so bad right now. You have a soundboard.
Yeah, let me find it.
Okay, so really you made a sound effect with your mouth because you couldn't find the right spot? And you said that you are the expert sound mixer?
I am. I'm a professional.
Oh, okay.
Clearly.
I can see that.
I mean,
yeah, that's a look. Whenever people made fun of me for saying that, like I had been doing paranormal investigating professionally, like all that you have to do to be a professional anything is get paid for it.
that is true.
And that makes you a professional. So joke's on you. People pay me to do this.
And boys,
who's the real dummy?
We've made $5.
Yeah, we've made $5. So I'm a professional podcaster now.
That's right.
Oh, God, dude. I want to pass out in this chair. We've done it. We've made it, boys.
Anyway, let's jump right into this episode of the Paranormal Mind. On the morning of June 30th, 1908, an explosion with a force of approximately 12 megatons occurred near the Tunguska River in Russia. And there's another word before the Tunguska, but I'm not even going to try to pronounce it.
Do it.
Okay, if you want to look it up.
Do it.
Do it.
I'm not doing it.
Let me see it.
Do it.
Let me see it.
Yeah, let's see if you can do it, okay? So that way you're saving me.
Let me get the soundbite ready.
Yeah. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Now you see you know my pain.
Pakaminaya.
What did he say?
I'm pretty sure that was accurate.
Maybe.
Are there any Russians?
Not
that
even
listen?
close.
Anybody in Russia that can confirm?
Say it again.
Pakaminaya. I wasn't looking at it that time, so I just made that up.
All right. So anyway, you get the gist. All right. It was 12 megatons that occurred near the Tunguska River.
What is that equivalent to?
That's what I was wondering. I was
know.
like, that's
So
such a
it's-
large number.
So it's estimated that this explosion flattened around 80 million trees over an area of 2,150 square kilometers of forest. Witnesses suggest that at least 3 people may have died as a result of the explosion. Now, let me tell you real quick, 3 is not a bad number when 80 million damn trees.
That surface area?
Yeah. Even though it's still bad. I mean,
Every life is precious.
every life is precious. I get it.
I can't say what I was going to say there because I was like, I don't feel like this is equal to what it should have been. We need more people.
Yeah.
Of course, you would say that.
More people should have died.
No, but I mean, 3 people.
But math ain't math in here.
No, then again, there could have been a lot more people, but everything was obliterated, so they had no clue where
that's
these
true.
people were. There's probably a lot of missing people, and it was
disintegrated.
Plus, like Russia is like a lot of unpopulated area and then very small populated.
It's also Russia, too, so they probably weren't actually counting. They were just walking and be like, oh, there's one.
And I bet you everybody probably just survived it because Russians are tough.
Yeah.
They're probably,
They are. They are
tickle
pretty
in my
tough.
They
throat.
probably bullied the dead ones.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
So this explosion is thought to have been caused by a stony asteroid about 50 to 60 meters in size, which likely approached from the east-southeast at a speed of about 27 kilometers per second. Although there's no impact crater, and that's a weird thing. We'll talk about that in a minute. Although there's no impact crater, is classified as an impact event because the object is thought to have exploded at an altitude of 5 to 10 kilometers rather than hitting the Earth's surface.
The math ain't mathing.
Yeah.
Right. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. But I found that whenever I was researching this, I found it rather odd that there was no impact crater. But millions of trees were obliterated, but there's no crater there's no proof of anything.
Yeah, it had to go somewhere.
Right. All right. So the Tunguska event is the largest impact event on record, though larger impacts have occurred in prehistoric times. An explosion of this magnitude would be capable of destroying a large metropolitan area. It has been mentioned in popular culture and has sparked real-world discussions about asteroid impact avoidance. Eyewitnesses who were in the surrounding area at the time reported that the sky split in two. Fire appeared high and wide over the forest, and the northern side of the sky was covered with fire. Can you imagine, especially in that time, 1908, can you imagine something like that going on? And again, if you were religious in any degree, you're like, oh my God.
This is it. This is the one.
This is the one.
The Savior's coming back. And then right after that, like everything is obliterated.
Yeah, you and your two neighbors are dead.
Oh man. But it's just, can you imagine during that? I mean, even in our time, we would be like, holy hell, what?
Yeah.
You know,
for sure.
It would be a big event, but still, I mean, they didn't have any way of foreseeing that happening. It was just something that happened. Now we'd probably be able to predict
That it was
Yeah,
going
we'd see it coming.
to happen.
Yeah, we'd see it coming forever before it got here.
Yeah.
There's like a whole like section of scientists that's all they do.
Yeah,
is
that's all they
find
do.
all the asteroids that are going to hit the Earth.
Right. So witnesses also reported a strong heat and noise, like rocks were falling or cannons were firing, and the earth shaking, and hot wind racing between the houses.
It burned my face.
That's why there's no impact, because this was just somebody dropping a big old bar.
But man, you'll throw me off every time. All right, so there was hot wind racing between the houses. The explosion registered at seismic stations across Eurasia, and airwaves from the blast were detected in Germany, Denmark, Croatia, the United Kingdom, Batavia, Dutch East Indies, and Washington, D.C.
Say that one more time.
Did you say butt?
No,
Batavia?
But whatever, Batavia, whatever. All right.
But
So it was felt as far as like Washington, D.C.
hot
Crazy.
wind from
Really?
Batavia.
Anyway, man, y'all got some attention problems. So the resulting shock wave was equivalent to an earthquake measuring 5.0 on the Richter magnitude scale in some places.
So that's like the highest that it could be, right?
What?
No,
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 5.0 is
that's kind of a
Little.
mild. Well,
That's
it's
about
kind of a mid.
It's like a mild tremble.
No.
Tremble?
tremble.
Yeah, here you are talking about me and my speech.
It's a tremble.
Anyway,
You're rubbing off on me, man.
yeah, okay, it's my fault. All right, so night skies in Asia and Europe were aglow for the next few days. And there are reports of brightly lit photographs being taken at midnight in Sweden and Scotland. This sustained glowing effect was theorized to be due to light passing through high altitude ice particles that had formed at extremely low temperatures as a result of the explosion, which is kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Estimates of the energy released by the explosion have varied greatly, from 3 to 30 megatons of TNT. It wasn't until more than a decade after the explosion that any scientific analysis of the region took place, in part due to a Russian mineralogist led a team to the Tunguska River basin. Stop looking at me. I said it right. Okay. All right, so it led a team to the Tunguska River Basin to conduct a survey for the Soviet Academy of Sciences. Although they never visited the central blast area, Kulik believed the explosion had been caused by a giant meteorite impact based on local accounts of the event. But where's the crater?
Yeah.
Just like, where's the baby?
Where's the baby?
Where's the baby?
Where's the crater? There's no impact crater. So that kind of doesn't make any sense. You know, yeah, if there's an explosion, it broke apart, you would see fragments of something somewhere, right?
For sure.
If something's falling out of the sky, it's going to make a dent wherever it lands.
And especially if they got a vibration on the ground from it so far away, how do you not have a impact point? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. So in 1927, Kulik led a scientific expedition to the Tunguska blast site. To their surprise, they found no impact crater at ground zero. Instead, they found a zone where trees were scorched and devoid of branches, but still standing upright, which is strange.
That is strange.
Trees further away from the center had been partly scorched and knocked down in a direction away from the center, creating a large radial pattern of downed trees.
So that's a circular pattern, and they're still saying that there's not an impact point.
Yep.
Because you would think the only other solution is that something grazed over the top and just kept going.
Yeah.
Aliens? Okay, we'll talk about that in a second.
I mean, that's what I'm already thinking.
Yeah.
Expeditions in the 1950s and 1960s found microscopic silicate and magnetite spheres in siftings of the soil. I got through it. I got through it, and then my voice went, "Whoa."
You guys can't see it, but on his forehead, there's bullets of sweat just coming
and on my 5 head. Okay, you can see it if you're watching our Patreon.
I'm going to do an up close next.
You better not, you bastard.
And if you guys have Patreon, you can see the picture of Shane that I mentioned in our
make sure to zoom in
6.
into the back of the wall.
Yeah, so I know we're breaking away from our talk right now, but right behind Josh is a blown up picture of pufferfish Shane from 28 Days Haunted during the sensory deprivation tank experiment. And old buddy Ray thought it would be a great idea to frame that still with me.
It's a memory.
It is a memory, dude, but that is a horrible picture.
Listen, that was his favorite part of the whole experience.
Oh. I can only imagine what I look like in that thing because we all did it.
I can tell you that you didn't look like a pufferfish.
That's not what I saw on the TV show. I don't think you all did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because you didn't see it on the show doesn't mean it.
You remember I almost cut my finger off.
I remember. And then we were trying to pour salt with that open wound.
Yeah, I used a knife and I was cutting open like 50-pound bags of salt to put in this chamber.
And granted, 800 pounds we put in this chamber.
And the first one, I sliced my finger open. Bad.
Yeah, it was bad. And then the salt was getting in it.
Then I had to cut open 50 more bags of salt with an open wound. So I was just literally rubbing salt in my wound the whole time.
Yeah,
awesome.
So bad.
That sucked too. Yeah. Just like putting all of that together was not fun either.
It was really bobo too, not to be like.
Oh yeah, it was.
Where'd you guys get that from? Walmart?
I don't know. It was already there, and it was like, put this together.
It was probably from Amazon, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
it worked, and you know. Again, like Ray said, we all did it.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that Ray's the only one that didn't shiver like a bitch like I did. But man, it was cold. Like, it was cold.
Yeah.
And
I think it's an excellent idea and something that I would like to try one day. However, I just feel like
Well, see, the problem was we had it outside and it's warm salt water. It's heated. It's like it's got its own heating pad in there. So it was warm. But
as soon as you walked out,
Denver, Colorado in
freezing
fucking October.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Is cold. So like you get out of it and you get out of this 95-degree water into like 40 degrees.
And then Ray, I remember Ray looking at me, he's like, dude, are you all right? I was shaking like a leaf.
He was jiggling
every little fatty part of my body, especially the face, if you could tell by the picture back there.
Yeah, you absorbed a lot of salt.
All right, you can go
Like
fuck
a
yourself.
big old salt and vinegar.
Was he dehydrated after this experience?
All right, moving on.
Shriveled up.
Jesus. Moving on. We get off track, and then it always ends up with me being picked on. So I'm gonna keep going. All right. So similar spheres were predicted to exist in the felled trees, although they could not be detected by contemporary means. Later expeditions did identify such spheres in the resin of the trees. Chemical analysis showed that the spheres contained high proportions of nickel relative to iron, leading to the conclusion that they were of extraterrestrial origin.
Aliens.
But extraterrestrial, that's just not from here, duh. But yeah, like any meteor or whatever,
I like how
it's
you
not gonna be
casual.
from
Oh, it's
here.
just extraterrestrial. It just means it's not from here, as opposed to what?
Well, what I'm saying is, like, it doesn't mean aliens. It just means.
I mean,
that,
it does though.
No, it doesn't.
Well, who brought it?
No, dude. A meteor flying through space and going into our atmosphere is extraterrestrial. It's not in our sphere, but it's just a meteor that enters our airspace. It's like, that's extraterrestrial too, right? Okay, anyway. Moving on. So chemical analysis of peat bogs from the area also revealed numerous anomalies consistent with an impact event. The isotopic signatures of carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen at the layer of the bogs corresponding to 1908 were found to be inconsistent with the isotopic ratios measured in the adjacent layers. Whew. Okay. The region of the that's a feat.
Science class.
Yeah. The region of the bogs showed these anomalous signatures also contains an unusually high proportion of iridium, similar to the iridium layer found in the Cretaceous Holocene boundary. I was close.
Starting to get so boring.
You know what? Listen to me.
I feel like we're in science class.
No.
Do you want the details of the case, or do you not want the details of the case?
This is a lot of details.
Okay, well, that's what a podcast is. You give information, right?
Feed them to us, teacher.
Yeah.
Y'all,
Is there going to be a quiz at the
I'm
end?
almost done, so y'all can shut up after that. All right. But as with any scientific investigation, not everyone agrees. Some scientists have disputed these findings, arguing that isotopic compositions with signatures similar to those of Ci and Cm carbonaceous chondrites
When keeping it real
were found in Tunguska peat layers dating from the time of the explosion. But measurements performed in other laboratories have not confirmed these results. So the mystery of Tunguska explosion remains unsolved.
You know what I think? I think you need to start doing those like tongue exercises that actors do before they do scenes.
How about you read it then?
I got a tongue exercise for you.
How about you source the material, you do it.
Or how about our listeners source material?
Hey, that's a good idea.
Why do we make them work? We should be doing the work.
Well, they give us the subject and then we research it. Like we've already
Clearly,
had
they know we're not doing the work.
We've had numerous requests for the Mandela effect, so we have to do it.
Oh, yeah, we got to
Oh, yeah, that's involved too. That's something that I've always been interested in. Like, what did we talk about a couple of episodes ago? The Ricky
Tavi.
Yeah,
I have had a few people message me and tell me they've heard of it.
Right.
I got
And I
cussed
heard
out
of it.
today because I didn't hear of it. They were like, "How do you not know what this is?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Well,
That's the same
I'm
reason
just a
I'm
poor
Shane
boy
and
from
his-
a poor
his
family."
cream of chicken soup.
Yeah, so let's talk about that real quick. And
the important things.
this is not the Tunguska event, but
It's just
Listen,
impactful.
so
It's even bigger.
This just actually has an impact point.
so I posted.
It's on social media.
Yeah, so I posted on social media. I said, what the hell is cream of chicken soup.
You tried to make a joke.
Yeah, and
What you meant to say was cream of chicken soup makes me think about chicken semen, but you tried to be funny.
yeah. Well, I was trying to be.
People got pissed.
I was trying to be in a roundabout way. Listen, everybody. I'm from the South. I know what cream of chicken is because we make casseroles here in the South, and that's in a lot of our casseroles. So I know exactly what it is. I was just trying to make a funny, and people took it seriously.
He was trying to say that cream of chicken soup was semen.
No, what I was
And
saying,
you guys didn't get the joke.
He didn't want any creamy chicken.
what I was saying was, who would want some cream of a chicken? You know? Yeah.
I mean, we could put we can read between the lines, Shane.
Not everybody could, though. Some people were like, please tell me, have you ever cooked before? Please tell me that you. I was like, I know what it is.
And the answer to that is no, he has
Hell no,
never cooked before.
Well, no, my answer to that was, why cook when I can have somebody else do it for me?
Oh,
And people didn't like that either. But it's true.
That sounds pretty.
misogynistic.
Don't even bring up that word, you bastards. I thought we were beyond this point.
No. It's on Twitter. It's going to be there forever.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, you cooked for me.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. It was some good food.
I didn't use cream of chicken, though. I used cream of meat.
Knew it was coming.
That's disgusting, dude.
You weren't complaining.
And you timed that perfectly because I said, and yeah, it was really good. And you suck so bad.
Big, bold flavor.
Yeah.
God.
Dang it, man.
So
that's gross. So anyway,
this is
getting back to the topic. Oh, okay. So there's no impact crater. Here's Josh with his giggles. So. So there's no impact crater. There's nothing like that. So of course, whatever it was extraterrestrial, but it doesn't mean it was.
It was an alien.
It was an alien.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it was an alien. But what do you think? You think it was alien of alien origin? And if so, why would it?
I think that here's my thing is like, all right, so it created a lot of damage, but it didn't have an impact point, which means that it didn't land or it didn't hit the earth, but it came down aggressively.
Okay. So it got a little too close is what you're saying.
Yeah. It was kind of like somebody who it got a little too close to where it wanted to go. And
it was toward the earth and a little too close.
And here's
a sightseeing bus that veered.
Okay.
Yep.
That I could see that. And here's another thing too. Like, yeah, there were 3 casualties, but if you imagine if it was of alien origin, it could have been a lot worse. 80 million trees, all of that. Right. It could have been a worse situation. So maybe it was just maybe a misstep.
Because I just don't think like it doesn't take a big asteroid to wipe out a lot of area at one time. So depending on like how big this thing was, and like an impact point could have caused a lot more damage.
I'm just wondering, like, if it was a meteor or something like that, where the hell did it go?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Where is it?
True.
And my thing is, like, if you watch, like, you know, your end of days movies with asteroids, I mean, it's not a very big asteroid that comes and kills us. So, like,
it doesn't take a huge one.
Yeah, I mean, like, this thing had to leave something if it was.
I think it's got to be like a couple of miles wide, and that's.
But you know, like if
in the world,
if it's a ship that's using like reverse propulsion, and it gets super close, it's still gonna push out, but it's not gonna like.
Yeah, like what are those storms? The microbursts.
Yeah.
So like they're similar to the damage of what a tornado would cause,
right?
But really, it's just like a microburst. It's like a intense pressure going downward.
Yeah.
Which I could see that being the case in what you were talking about with the 80 million trees or whatever. It could have been the downward burst was so intense and so quick.
If it was radial.
Right. So it could have caused that damage. And it
coming
was
in hot.
It was just collateral damage at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
This was just an alien dad trying to teach his teenager how to drive, and they just almost wrecked.
There you go. That's
take out a whole planet.
Yeah.
That is a interesting theory, I guess. But anyway, guys, thank you for listening to this episode of the Paranormal Mind Podcast. Please go support our new sponsor, Alien Soda Company. For all things out of this world, go shop at aliensodacompany.com. Is that right?
Yep.
That's right.
aliensodacompany.com and use code SEARCHERS for 10% off. And you can use that code every time at checkout. So please go and show your support, but please use that code so we can track it and we know that
we're making a difference.
Right. We're making a difference. We want to show our sponsors that we are sending people their way and we appreciate them as much as they have been supporting us. So go support them. Please go to our Patreon. If you want to be a patron member, go to patreon.com/searchersbelieve. And until the next episode, Searchers out.
See ya.
I did cuss this time, Dave. Sorry.
Yep. Oh, well.